all they were gathered into an assembly, one stood up among them and spoke these things. Now, the key to this is, I need you to pay very close attention, otherwise you're gonna miss the big picture. We have the most beautiful features, maybe we could be the rulers and lure God and those creatures. They were made from dust, how could they ever compare to us? We're so magnificent. Why should we have limits? Why shouldn't we rule over ourselves? Why should they have our attention? We were made in perfection, why should we follow him and be inferior to them? Listen, I have access to the throne room. I have the most authority of all of you. We still don't even know our own potential because we spend our time carrying his plans as our mantle.
What if he thinks of us rebellious?
He can do nothing. The best part is he's all about love. He won't deny his own nature. So we're safe to insist in our own way.
All of a sudden we were called a congregation. I thought nothing had a commonplace. When he took his place on the judgment seat, the whole atmosphere changed instantly. Then I heard one say, something's wrong. No one dared to say anything more. Without being told, we fell to our knees at the weight of his presence, folding our wings. All I could see was a somber face. But how could that be? What is he about to say? I tried to look for a clue, so I followed his gaze. What I saw made me do a double take. Where angels kneeled, Lucifer stood his ground. I nudged the angel next to me, tell him bow down. He doesn't have to, but don't you see God's eyes? Took a look to his surprise, sent my message down the line. But Lucifer wouldn't budge. He won't do it. Make him. You do it. Then tell him go and stand by himself. If you could feel the anxiousness that I felt, then he rose and opened his mouth to speak, peering right into Lucifer's eyes.
From that creation, you are sheer perfection. Now look what you become. Iniquity is found in me.
The pillars of the courtroom trembled at his words. Smoke rose and the atmosphere became insecure. Lucifer began ranting.
Objection, out of order.
Shamelessly accusing God, calling him
imposter. It's not your love that brings your will, it's your power. Only I dare to speak the truth, you all are cowards. This God is jealous of his own creation. We're more desirable than the creator.
Lucifer was filled with fire and hatred. He began to curse the other archangels for their submission to the Ancient of Days. He said,
your act of worship isn't real, you all are fakes. You're terrified, he demands unquestioned loyalty. I won't give you boundaries, join me.
Then he drew and brandished his flaming sword as he roared,
all exalt my throne above the Lord's.
My eyes were twitching in terror, God didn't blink. Lucifer's words were impossible to conceive. Then Adonai stood up, what's that mean? Judgment was about to be unleashed.
Fire splendor, you corrupt your wisdom. You corrupt my Father glory by your ambition. Depart, be cast down to earth.
Michael unleashed the Lord's army at these words. Raphael, Ariel, and Gabriel and all the archangels brandished their flaming swords with great skill and precision. They seemed to grow taller and vivid as our wings wilted and our strength diminished. Then I realized I crossed a fine line, cause a war broke out in heaven and I didn't choose a side. Now I'm crawling as a worm in the dirt in an attempt to escape this dreadful fate, but I fear it's too late. Suddenly I felt the atmosphere become heavy. I began to suffocate, as if the pillars that held heaven in its place were unleashed like an unseen force. We rolled back and staggered under the weight. Pressed down, we could barely stand or hold our heads. I tried to crawl on my knees to his feet in bed, almost to his garment. I reached for his hem and felt a great wind cast against the host of Satan, cast out of heaven like a lightning bolt to earth. Sadly, I was with them, evanescent, before I could even offer one single word. It was too